Oh, snaps! I didn't see you there. Are we doing this shit already? I must not have realized. I was zoning out enjoying my palace. So, what up, Trove Cribbers, or whatever the fuck people call this shit? Welcome, Trove Cribz edition. I've been promising this shit for quite a while now, and various stuff and things prevented the delivery of the stuff and things. But my friends, welcome. This is our hub. There is an old hub. I will show you that as part of the tour. But yeah, we got your standard stuff and things, really important. I like having my teleporter wall to be very efficient, nice and compact, not too spread out across different floors or whatever, just everything you need, pa-chow, right here. With the exception of the other doobies, you know, the special portals and the what's-it-things. Moving on from all that shit, we got some stuff, guys. We got some stuff. Nothing too fancy because, you know, wow, that's loud. Holy God. Okay, now that I got that shit turned down and I'm not bleeding from the ears, I will say the way I like to go about building is that I don't really consider anything to ever truly be done, so I list a lot of the names of my stuff as like Swag Mahal 2.0. I consider 2.0 to be the like acceptable version, the point where you're okay with stopping for a moment and not worrying about continuing with the block placements, because I'll be honest, I haven't really felt like building. It's kind of an artistic spark thing, you know. But yeah, this Cobra here was inspired by someone else's place. Up in here, we got some portals. And back here, we got some rules. Cause what's a club without rules? Keeps people from bugging me. So, now that you know what's going down at the Swag Mahal, and that you've seen all the nice tiling action that I've put into this, I think what we'll do is we'll follow this path now, and I'll show you what else is up with our hub area. So up here, because this walkway was looking bland, I added some of these doobies for, you know, aesthetics. And then since this space was all awkward, I filled it with what I call the Derpy Duder. He's a little lizard man. I think he looks pretty nice. Good use of color, if I may say. So if we keep coming down this road here, we have our quote-unquote biodome. Obviously not a dome, but this was actually the first build I put in this desert. I wanted something that kind of like had that nice desert pyramid shape, but like contrasted against the pyramid, you know, the desertiness. So I had my homie come up in here. She planted all these flowers and they are looking nice. I fish here every now and then. This is also the idle track. Every club needs to have an idle track. If you don't have an idle track, your club's not a club. You gotta have a place to just chill. You know what I'm saying? Pick it up and down. So one thing I like to do is get inspired by the biome I'm working with. And the cool thing about the desert biome is it often has these skulls. So I took it upon myself to expand them, and now it's more of like a skeleton rather than just a random scully bit. So there's actually a collection of these skeletons, and I'll show yous. That's my murder monolith. I mostly have to fill it out myself, so it doesn't get much love. Over here, we have the next dragon. This one's a bit more simple, just a little bit of spines and some vertebra. Didn't really bother with the hands. This one over here, though, I like how it turned out. Take a look at this. It's a giant skeleton in the sand, and it's got lava in its eyeballs. Cool, right? I think it's cool. Fuck you if you don't, whatever. Hey, we ain't trying to start no fights. Over here, we have the Temple of the Sun God. Basically, just a bird pixel art with kind of minimalism pixel art if you look at it, you know, more negative space than actual Blockensteiners. But yeah, I'm actually pretty happy with how this bird ultimately turned out. The inside is kind of whatever. It's just works more with the ground. It's just kind of got a cool fountain thing going on. Not too much attention up in this. Like I said, I mostly just get inspired and then I get uninspired. But at the end of the day, who cares? I really feel like I stop when it's a complete work. So, using our special awesome tricks, we go back to spawn. Next up, this is where I plant shit. I should probably harvest these on Monday. I forgot they were here. The old hub. This is where I kept my portals before. Pretty damn compact if you see. Just 4 tiers worth of ports. Some pretty uninspired shit over here, if I must say. The hub itself, where we were using, I like this treasure bits, but at the end of the day, it's kind of just a whatevers. Ultimately, I say probably my favorite build is tied between the Field of Fucks and this Tree of Life up here. But yeah, this is a lot of my early shit. You know, nothing too fantabulous. But yeah, here's our Field of Fucks. As you can not read because I turned off my HUD, but this sign says, as you can see, it is nearly barren. This is our old idle track. I don't know, it got to the point where this old hub just felt kind of like a hodgepodge of builds with no cohesion. So I wanted to move it to a place with vision. That's my throne. I should probably get rid of that. It looks silly. Alright, so every good club owner hides the strip club underneath the waterfall. But yes, our club definitely has a strip club. This was mostly built by my officer, Diane the Quiet. I think she did a mighty fine job. I touched up a few things here and there. Being the dude I am, I added the strip pole because I'm like, shit, we building this shit underground, we make it the CD underground. That's what we do here. Up in here, we got my secret donuts. Don't tell anybody about my secret donuts, okay? Those are very important to me. But yeah, you can see these are all some of the early builds. You know, there's a lack of vision and more just like homogeneity of decorations. We take this green portal to my trophy fishing area. Each trophy here was caught by me. Obviously you can see I'm missing a few. There's some gaps, especially up over here in the Abyssal Gazer region. I just don't understand it. I have no Abyssal Gazer trophies. The one I got was stolen way the fuck long ago, and I've caught thousands of fish since then, and I've gotten no Abyssal Gazer trophies. Ridiculous. Up in here, we have unique monster trophies. I put all the duplicates on the murder wall, which is why you can see it's taking so long. We also have a lot of the people I've killed. Some of these trophies have been donated, but mostly these are people I've killed. Because I know how to abuse the PvP system because I've been playing PvP my whole life, and these tots don't know shit. They don't know nothing. I hop on the candy bee and I'm like, pow, you dead. And then I switch to the friggin' ice sage and I'm like, pow, you ain't got no points. That's how I do. Okay, so this build kind of marks where things started to diverge from the old style of like no vision into like cool, comprehensive builds that really fit the biome that it's placed in. I had someone come to this area and not notice this tree was here. That's how you know you did a good job. I mean, it's also very, very tall. But yeah, up in here we have our restaurante. People can come get a juice box or some jelly or whatever. You know, it's nothing too fancy. Pro tip, when you're building something like this, definitely wireframe it first. So literally, I just built like squares that were empty and filled them in once I had everything kind of in place, because that gets you a way better idea of how you're going to end up with the dimensions and all that, and it makes for a more aesthetic build in the end than if you just kind of have an idea and you just go block for block for block. I hope you know what I mean by that wireframe shapes and shit. Let me know in the comments if that didn't make any fucking sense. Here's the library. Gotta have a library if you're a fae. There's a lot of magic to learn. Okay. This build, is pretty cool. This is my ghost ship for the ghost pirate captain. You can even see that it's a ghost ship because it just doesn't care that it's merged with this tree here. That's how you know it's a ghost ship. Overall, kind of lacking in really anything other than shape because, well, there's kind of lack of decorations that are appropriate for this. Like, this is like the best decoration I have for this style of build of ghost ship. So please, ghost ship style buildy things, thank you. I would like to decorate this in a way that's appropriate instead of silly and well, cool but bland. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, the first one, I like this build. I originally built this in our old neon biome, but I ended up boot stomping that for more tiles of architect space. I put down tabula rasa tiles so the architects can build because I don't like people messing with my stuff and things. That's alright. But yeah, I think it works pretty cool with the colored blocks and the torches and all that. Oh, my experiment with the flowers. I forgot I planted these. Let's see, guys. Are these worth adding more of? They're pretty cool. I'm gonna think about that. I wonder how many different colors there are. I like how see-through they are. That's a nifty little thing. Up next, we got the blue portal. This leads you mostly to fishing spots, if I recall. So this is our underground fishing area. This is below 20 blocks, so you can catch all those subterranean fish eyes. Except for the ones that, you know, that you can't get in clubs. Poopy mechanics. Up next, we have my pride and joy. This is my collection of gummy bears, guys. Most of these, I dropped... Just got like 2 of them I got from like literal nice natural random drops. One of them I took from a friend who was like, what is this? And I picked it up and I was like, I don't know. And then that was the first one I ever had, which started my obsession. Then this guy here I bought, and now I do contests with Goldie Bear. Every week I hide Goldie Bear within the club, and then whoever finds him takes a screenshot with the sign that says you win. I give him some stuff and things. It's been fun watching them scramble around and me having to give them hints because I'm so good at the hidings. Leaving the cake house, we follow this path here past all our various dessert builds. Look at that fudge sundae. Oh, took a while, but I was able to get the good fudgy goodness out of this boy. He didn't quite understand the aesthetics of build, but under my tutelage, we created something dope together. Even ended up making this pretty cool little gumball machine. I was hoping to be a little bit bigger when he was done, but hey, you know, I like it. I like it. Over here, we got a ice cream sandwich house. Cause duh, Neapolitan all the way. Why would you do anything else? It's mostly strawberry and minimal on the chocolate because brown's already pretty heavy on the sides. I really like this build because I even put the little holes that you see on the cookies. I think that's a nice touch. This build over here also really fun. You can get up inside of it. I hid the door inside on the back so it doesn't ruin the aesthetics of the rainbowy popsicle on the front. I think it's really cool. I love the glass blocks and the glowing blocks in this game, so I kind of like to get inspired by those and use them as much as possible. Over here we have just like fudge pool for fishing. It's a nice little aesthetic spot for chilling out or enjoying the other builds. Oh, let me show you the outside of the cake house. It's a nice rainbow layer cake that I built with Diane. I was originally going to build it not on the diagonal, but then she built it on the diagonal, and oh, it just adds a nice layer of dimension that I think would have made an otherwise somewhat bland structure all that much better. And we spent forever deciding what we were going to use for the candle toppers for the flames. Ultimately settled on gumdrops, cause duh. Coming up, we have one of the largest structures built by someone else in this club. And you guys can come check out all the signs. I don't really feel like turning my HUD back on so we can read the builders, you know. all credits to builders and all that, but like at the end of the day, I'm the one that added the finishing touches, yo. I did this dragon on top. I did all the lava work, you know. A structure is a structure, but I'm the one giving this shit soul half the time. So yeah. Yeah, this is like our dragon dojo slash beastie hall where we come to eat the slain beasties. Oh man, we have slain so many beasties now, haven't we? Alright, here we have the pirate ship crash that killed Captain Moore. Captain Moore died because no one wanted to listen to his directions in a time of crisis, and now he's a ghost that has to travel through quantum dimensions in order to get his corporal form back. Doesn't that sound horrible? You should probably listen to directions more in your life so that your captain doesn't end up traveling through space and time to find his body. From here we make our way to the Beaver Dam. I had no idea Free Georgia DeFord would have rain all the time, so I didn't really know what to do with this place for a while. And I'll admit, building a beaver dam's kind of hard. Like, you throw mud, you throw logs, and you kind of just do the best you can, because there really isn't a lot of twiggy, odd-angled bullshit. And I'll tell you what, beaver dams are made from a lot of twiggy, odd-angled bullshit. But yeah, it's got the traditional up under into the inside thing, you know. Okay, most important build of all here though, I almost forgot. This here, friends, is the sea of Google that shit. Yes, there is fertilizer on the word shit. You know why? Because so many people ask stupid fucking questions that they can just look up themselves. We got a Swag Mahal styled fishing spot over here. You know, because every now and then I just get tired of fishing in one spot, and so I change it up a bit, and I build another fishing spot, because there's so much further. So finally we make our way over here to the Tabula Rasa. This is where I put people to be tested. I give them tests, yes indeed, because I don't want just any schmuckety muck having build rights. I don't care that you've been in the club forever. You've done nothing. I'm so glad this club update's coming, and I can just give people build rights who deserve it. God, I really hope that's true. Anyway, yeah, so you can see some of them are pretty cool. This fountain used to have a stemmy thing, and then I deleted it because I think working with the fact that you don't really have gravity in this game is way cooler sometimes. So yeah, this guy was smart. He built his pagoda right next to a tree that someone built, so they look like they go together, and it really adds to the aesthetic of the build. These are all passing builds. That little chunk right there, this is Poop Town. This would never pass the architect test. This here was once a really shitty and generic face of flow that I updated into a good, accurate face of flow with a fishing spot. So now it's a fishing face of flow. My friend made this. I'm a huge fan of giant props. I must say, I think taking the props in the game and expanding them in the huge is a fun idea, and I approve. And this is by far the best block for making donuts in the entire game. This is the one thing I almost forgot to mention. There's actually probably more things I forgot to mention, but this is the Coliseum I'm slowly working on. It's the Coliseum of Chaos. I call it the Coliseum of Chaos because that allows me not to worry about whether or not the walls are totally regular. I work on this during a blocks placement contest because it's tedious and takes forever, and I don't want to have to place 1,000 blocks at once, and so, you know, I might as well have it also serve the purpose of getting me stuff. On this island here, we have our super generic castle that everybody demands in a Trove club. I don't know why everybody and their mom feels like a game that's made in voxel needs a friggin' castle. Maybe it's because castles are generally pretty square. But anyway, I built it. I had the help of a kid who's no longer in the club because he wouldn't listen to what I was saying. What the fuck? Anyway, his sister bombed out all this shit because she was mad at him and he was away. So rather than take the time to fix it, I just built this statue. I call it Hell Hath No Fury. Ultimately, yeah, it was his own behavior that got him kicked from the club, not the fact that he was a fat fuck liability. You know why? Because I totally locked down everything to either officer or nobody for most of the time. You know why? Because I don't like shit like this happening. That's not cool. That's not cool at all. Gotta watch your back. So yeah, he's our castle. It's a castle. It's received the least amount of love because, well, frankly, castles are boring. Right? I think they're boring. I think there's so many other cool things you could be building other than generic castle town steeners. One day I kinda wanna put an ancient library though over here. Something like a cathedral library, something that like a knight would come to study the lore. That's why this is all flat and stuff. One day. One day. That mostly concludes our tour of the gods of fun. There are indeed some builds on the outskirts, monuments to fallen awesome people, and a fishing hole of ice. But like, I gotta admit, I think I'm running a little bit short on time and framey bits that I can throw into one episode. So, you'll have to find those yourself, or maybe I'll put them in the end of another episode. I'm definitely going to do a Cribz edition cornerstone because I'm a crazy person who has 4 different cornerstones, all of them totally different for no fucking reason. I could have built all of those builds in a club, but I decided to make them cornerstones. Am I mad? Who knows?